Hey, it's Ray Salisbury back with another photography tutorial. I'm in the heart of Kahurangi National Park, which is the second largest national park in the South Island of New Zealand. Let's take a shortcut into the wilderness. I've just climbed up the valley wall above John Reid Hut, and I've huffed and puffed behind them to reach the saddle with this awesome view, this stupendous, spectacular, stunning view of the Mount Arthur Range. It's one of my favourite spots in this national park. It's the second largest national park in all of New Zealand. We're going to be doing some panoramic shots, stitching them together, showing the whole broad expanse of the Mount Arthur Range view from here. I'm also waiting for another hour till about 7:30 before the sun actually hits Mount Patriarch and sinks from view. This whole scene should light up with glorious golden light, firing up the tussocks with orange and red. Alas, there's no clouds in the sky to go pink, but I'm not complaining. Any day out in the mountains is a good day. Okay, let's get behind the camera and let's start shooting. While I'm waiting for the golden hour to develop, I'm going to capture the whole scene in front of me, from Mount Baldy on the left to Mount Star, Sodom and Gomorrah. To do this, I'll make a panoramic stitch of 5 photos. Each photo will overlap by about 1/3. Each photo should use the exact same camera settings. Here's a tip. Before you begin the sequence, shoot a picture with your hand pointing right. When you've shot the 5 images, shoot a final picture with your hand pointing left. This will bookend the sequence. When you're in Camera Raw or Lightroom, it will be obvious that these 5 shots were part of the same panorama. Right, let's begin shooting the sequence. Each photo will overlap by about 1/3. Each photo should use the exact same camera settings, and it's important not to use a polarizer filter which creates vignettes in the sky. That would make it difficult to stitch the images together. Here's my final edited panoramic, fused together in Photoshop. At the end of this movie, there's a link to my Photoshop tutorial on how to do panoramic stitching. Now it's nearly sunset and the hills are bathed in golden light. Now it's vital to eliminate everything I don't want, so let's zoom in a little. I only want to record those jagged mountains. The foreground slopes are in deep shadow now, so I'm going to bracket 3 exposures to capture the high dynamic range in this scene. The first shot is underexposed to -2 EV, the second shot is neutral, and the third shot is overexposed to +2 EV. In terms of the exposure triangle, my aperture is set to f11, ISO is 100, and shutter speeds are irrelevant as nothing is moving. Let's make the 3 exposures. Right, here's my final photograph, showing how I fuse the 3 shots together in Photoshop. You can learn how to do this in my locations course. Click on the top right corner of your screen. Well, I'm really pleased with my photos and how they turned out. It's time for me to head back down to the shadows of John Reid Hut, join my mates and get some sleep. I think I've earned it. If you enjoyed this tutorial, Please subscribe to the channel. Look for the Hot Pixels logo just down there. Click on it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And if you've got any queries about gear or techniques or about my courses, leave some comments. I'll reply when I get back to you. Let's get out of here.